happening. Yay! Okay. Hello, everybody. Namaste. So wonderful to see you. Hi, Erica. Hi, Sylvia. Say hi. Let us know how you are. Happy new moon. So, new moons are fun because in the dark is like our subconscious, or it's like a womb, or it's like under the ground in Gaia where we plant those seeds and they are nurtured even if we don't see them. So, remember that this is a perfect metaphor for your subconscious, where, excuse me, where you are gestating the seeds that you've planted. And the wonderful thing, as I'm shared on Sunday, I hope you will check out that live stream. I hope you will join our class in October. It is live stream options, video recordings, and whatever is there for you. It's on super early bird sale right now. And what I want you to understand is that we have the ability to take what is manifesting in our lives. So that's where you check out the class about wishes fulfilled. And make sure that you watch the show on Sunday. It's here on the YouTube channel. There should be a link below. There's going to be a playlist. It's either called Wishes Fulfilled or Prosperity Magic. And we're going to be doing a challenge as well. So we'll have all of that in one place for you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and get notifications so you know when we go live. Now, what happens is that we tend to get stuck in a pattern and we're creating from our past, and we think that our past is going to be coming back to haunt us. We think that, well, I succeeded, but then I failed, or whatever it was that's happened. Now, it's very easy to surrender to that because it's very real. We've had a lot of trauma. We've had a lot of experiences that tell us, wow, that hurt. I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to be disappointed. If I put myself out there, what will happen? So I want to encourage and invite you to give up the past, to turn your back on it, to literally shut the door, to shut the window, to turn around, to walk away. Walk away from the negativity. Walk away from the voice in your head that tells you can't have it. Walk away from the people in your life that say that. Walk away from the opinions of others. Walk away from the news. Anything that drags you down, anything that tells you can't, anything that tells you you're limited, except if it's like, don't walk off the roof of a building because you'll fall to your death. Please obey those kinds of rules and laws. However, what I want to do is open you up to the possibilities of the universe, to let you understand that you are divine, that you are the creator, you are the I am. And as such, we have not been instructed. It has been buried in the mystery schools, buried in the powerful people, kept from us, and it's been coming up for decades, these little pockets, these little juicy nuggets of goodness, like, oh, there's this thing called law of attraction, or oh, there's this thing called meditation, or oh, there's this thing that you could do this, that, or the other thing. However, what is going on here is that we have not had the whole picture, and we're still not understanding why we want something we're not getting, why we keep repeating the same pattern, why we keep manifesting, creating the same disease, the same limitation, the same challenge, the same feelings. And I want you to break free of that. So be sure you watch Sunday's show. Be sure you come to the Prosperity Challenge. Be sure you sign up for this beautiful, incredible class. And in the meantime, we're going to use this beautiful new moon to plant new seeds. So let me share with you all about the new seeds, the energies that are happening right now. So this is our spiritual weather report, and we're having this opportunity to plant seeds. And what does that mean? So new moon, full moon, if you follow the moons, if you've done any goddess work or any nature work or shamanic work or indigenous work, you know that there's a very close relationship to the cycles of energy, the cycles of day and night, the cycles of the moon, which changes faster than any other planet, and that we're affected by the cosmos. We are strongly affected by the moon. If it can move the tide out here at the beach I live at, and I tell you, it does, I'll see huge differences in where the beach is during new moons and full moons. If it can do that, and that's a bunch of heavy water, it is affecting you. It is affecting you because you're mostly water. It is affecting your emotions because your emotions are very watery. They're very much a part of that element. And your emotions are not meant to buffet you around, take control of you, hold you back, and fill you full of fear. You have to change what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're believing, what you're doing. And that is what I'm promising that you can be freed from. Now, let's use this beautiful opportunity to say, okay, when you plant a seed in the ground or in a pot, it goes into a dark soil. It's not in the light. We know that plants need light to grow, but not when they're a seed, right? So we're the same. When we plant a seed in the subconscious or the divine feminine or the divine mother, when we go to sleep or when we meditate or when we do expanded work, like the work I do, where you leave your body and you're in another dimension and you're really accessing outside time and space, you get to plant, ooh, it's 11:11. You get to plant a seed of something new, something different, something fresh. And this new moon is very much those energies. So I like to look at what is the spiritual weather doing right now, both to tell me like why I might be feeling something, but even more important, what can I plan on doing right now? What is a good thing for my focus, my intention, my energy to be looking at? Because your attention is where your energy goes, which is what grows in your life. So if your attention is going to, oh, I'm so miserable, oh, I'm so unhappy, oh, this person has power over me, oh, this happened to me and I can't get over it. I'm not saying that you don't have challenges. Okay, we all do. However, do you want something different or not? And the reality is nobody else can change it for you. So as much as you want someone else to do something, change something, they can't change your reality because you will just manifest it again. And so you could get away from somebody, but then if you're still being the person, you're thinking and feeling the same way, you're going to manifest a new relationship like that. So when you plant seeds in the new moon, it is like planting a seed in a pot. You put it into the darkness. What is a new moon? We don't see the moon. We're not seeing the moon right now, right? So if the moon and the sun are your wishes and your feminine and your self and your power, the sun, and they come together right now. To me, they're like this. They're laying together. They're holding each other. They're right there because the moon isn't reflecting anything. They're too much in a position or a relationship where the moon isn't receiving all that beautiful energy from itself. It's not receiving the golden spiritual sunlight so that it can reflect it and illuminate it, which is the perfect description of how we're meant to be in terms of that sacred feminine aspect of ourselves. It is, they are together. They are being the lovers. They're seeding something new. Okay. So you are the womb of creation. You are the being of creation. And in the new moon, something is coming and is seeding within you. And it won't be obvious. It's going to be in the dark the same way it's in the subconscious growing, or it is in a pot in the dirt growing, or it is in a woman's womb growing. Okay. So the idea that you have to see it right away, when am I going to see it? I need to see the external product of it or the senses of my physicality. I need to see the money before I believe the money will be there, before I make the choice. That is backwards and won't ever work. So we're going into this seeding right now. And the really fun part about that is that we have the opportunity to seed something fresh. And the energies right now are really asking us to take responsibility for ourselves, to be both practical and declutter, as well as have the Saturn, that taskmaster, that serious teacher that says, I want you to succeed. I want you to be prepared. We have Mercury going direct, which is our communication, and creating an aspect to every single planet. Not the sun and the moon, they're considered luminaries, but it is making an aspect to every other planet. What does that mean? It is communicating to every other planet, which means maybe you're going to be overwhelmed with a lot of communication. Maybe you're going to feel like, wow, there's so much information coming at me, or I'm trying to absorb so much information. So this is where you take the Virgo energy and you say, now I'm going to be practical. I'm going to be organized. You take Saturn. Okay, let's see where you're taking in too much, where you're overwhelmed, where you're overcommitted. Let's take responsibility for ourselves and do some self-love and self-care. Okay, that's kind of the overall energy right now. So we're going to go into looking at that, and then we're going to go into doing our new moon ritual. So let me say hi. Hi, Maureen and Lisa Cat and Sarah. So let's take a check. Let's check this out. Check it out. I'm so on fire with the show on Sunday. I re-listened to it and I was like, holy cow, I don't think I've swore that much in years. I don't swear at home. Like, I'm not against it, but I was like on fire and stuff was just coming out of me and I was saying all kind of swear words and it was just so emphatic and so powerful and so overwhelming. I was actually laying in bed listening to it and I was starting to get a tense jaw. I was like, oh, I was getting inspired myself. So I hope that you'll get inspired by this and you can enjoy the inspiration and the energy, the high energy, and let go of any of my swear words if they offend you. So, welcome to the Infinite Show. I would love to invite you to nanakasha.com, sign up for the email list, share this, both the show and my list, with anybody that you feel could benefit from this so we can grow our community of light. And make sure you check out the shop. It's where we have our sales, it's where we have our meditations, we have some free stuff, we have retreats, we have classes, we have everything there. Okay, so we're in the new moon, and this is the wishes fulfilled. So there's the little thing I just showed you. And remember that also what's coming up is the Avalon retreat. Now, there's most of the people reaching out to me right now are saying, I really want to go. I feel called. It keeps coming back to me. I have this inspiration, yet there's not any action taking place. Again, the wishes fulfilled idea is taking you out of the idea that I really would like that, but I'm standing over here and it's over there and I don't know how to get there. You don't know how to get there. You could, buy the ticket and then figure it out, because now you've made a commitment to the spirit and you'll be like, whoa, now I've really got to do it. And then you might be spurred to action. But what I want you to do is say, okay, reach out to me. Let us talk over the logistics. Let us look at your energy field. Let us see if this is optimal for you, because getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of your reality, traveling, all of that is a massive transformational experience, right? And so if you've been living in a world of like, well, I have too many responsibilities, or I can't trust anybody else to watch my children or my dog, or they won't give me time off at work, and you're just making up all this stuff when there's a million possibilities for that to be solved. So money, time, children, dogs, cats, partners, whatever jobs, these are not blocks if you know how to shift your energy. And I want you to come to this if this is a calling for you, because this is a soul quest. And not just what we're doing will be fun, but this is deep transformation and you will be somewhere out of your ordinary reality. And I love to listen to people that do retreats like Joe Dispenza, because they are much more on a scientific, logical perspective. And I'm talking much more over here about mystical and magical and spiritual things. And yet we're really talking about the same thing with two different languages. And he insists that you cannot change completely, or you could change very rapidly if you get out of your ordinary world, if you get out of the mundane and you get into a different place long enough to sustain a new way of being. And that's what we're doing. So he does 7-day retreats and now 10-day retreats, because he found that when he did 7-day ones, and we have a 10-day retreat. So you could definitely come along with that. So you will receive, if you're on my list or you're here on YouTube, you will find out about the Manifesting Magic Challenge that we're going to be doing starting September 15th. So don't worry about it. It will be here for you. And now we're going to dive into the new moon. So the new moon is what we're going to do today is what I'm calling Wishes Planted Ritual. And we're going to have some blessings because we're in Virgo season. We have Mercury direct. And what's interesting is Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, right? So if you know, like, there's a ruler of these different aspects, right? And so that really gives it more power. And Pluto is in Capricorn, and it's going to be there for a few months. And that's kind of a short transition, but Pluto's been going in and out, back and forth. And it's next year sometime, I believe, it's going to stay for a long time in Aquarius. So let's take a look at what you have. This is a very transformative month. And I mean that for many reasons. And I love that we're beginning the month with the new moon. We have an eclipse, and it's a lunar eclipse. Eclipses are huge, they're major, they open a portal through time and space, they take you to a new reality and a new dimension. You do not know when. You may be feeling it already. If you're a sensitive, you could be definitely feeling this, okay? If you have your birth chart, if you know your astrology chart, you can look at these different aspects and see where you are. How strong is this going to be affecting you? The eclipse could be very direct, okay? The aspect, the degree that these things are at, if it's 29 degrees and you have 29 degrees in your chart, then you're going to be more powerfully influenced, affected, or feeling it. However, if you're a sensitive or an intuitive, like my divine intuitive beings here from my summer school, wow, what an amazing experience that was. We've just completed that. And you can still take it, and we have an incredible experience coming up in end of October and November, where you can learn intuition awakening as a healer and a practitioner to identify trauma and future predictions of where people are going and help them find the soul contracts and the agreements and the mindsets that are keeping them limited. Okay. So we're at the beginning, and we are at the beginning with the new moon. So the planting of seeds, and then 2 weeks, there is the full moon, and that is the harvest. And then there's 2 weeks to the new moon, and so on, right? So we're remembering that we're always able to begin a new life. And so that's the first energy I want you to really embody right now is I can begin a new life. New moons are about letting go of everything before, starting fresh and new. New beginnings, a beginner's mind, fresh possibilities, a fresh perspective, a way of being and opening yourself to unknown blessings. You do not need to know it. If you're wasting your time trying to figure it out, driving yourself crazy with decisions and trying to second guess things, trying to figure things out. What did that mean? What do I do? How do I do it? You're wasting your time, because the magic of the universe is that it's already there. And if you make a decision that you have it and you spend your energy on having it, being it, knowing what that feels like, and embodying it in every possible way, then the universe literally will open the doors to you, bring you the ideas, the thoughts, little micro movements, guide your path, your feet, your thoughts, everything through your day. And you may not have any clue it's happening. You may have a big synchronicity. Ooh, that was magic. However, there's this very fine, refined way that the infinite can work through us. Divine wisdom is going. And you just may feel like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that today. Or I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to get up right now. And you see a rainbow, right? So these fresh beginnings are clean the slate, let go of stuff, declutter your mind, let go of needing to know, open to fresh possibilities, plant these seeds with a freshness, a newness, a clearness. Don't have a bunch of cravings involved in them. Don't be filling them full of, I want this and this and this and this and this, and I want that and that and that and that and that, because you only know a very limited thing of what you want and how it might appear. And so if you're forcing that opinion onto these seeds, then they are going to struggle to grow, because there's something way better, a better way for it to manifest. So you want to step into those unknown blessings, infinite joy, peace, success, and love. That's what's possible for you. So this is an energy of letting go, surrendering to the limitless possibilities you could infuse into your awareness with. Your awareness is your consciousness. Your consciousness is what creates reality. And that is where you have the tools that I'm going to be teaching you in the Wishes Fulfilled class. Now, best of all, you do not have to know what your wishes are, how they're going to happen for sure. And of course, you could bring any of your blessings with us that you already have. It's not like you have to clean the slate and throw everything out, like, but I love this part of my life, or I love this part of me. That's fine. Of course, you bring that with you. However, my guess is that most of what you think, most of what you carry, most of what you believe, most of what you're trying to achieve is not optimal and could be released so that you plant a fresh, open seed now. Now, this is a perfect time to do this, fresh, clean slate, and be ready as a clear channel, open to growing new feelings, thoughts, and beliefs, so that when you get to the full moon eclipse, Okay, it's a lunar eclipse. You will be ready to travel to your new life and receive your harvest, because, like I said, the eclipse will have another show. I'm going to have my beautiful friend and mentor Donna Stellhorn, who's a master astrologer. She's going to be doing a show for us all about the eclipse, and she is the master of this. So watch for that, because you don't want to miss that. That's going to really help you identify what you're doing. Now, the Virgo new moon wants you to be organized. Virgo energy is very practical. It's loving, but in a kind of a practical, tough love way. And it's about taking steps without emotion, taking responsibility, organizing. And then you have to let go of being too over-organized, too type A, right? You want to use these energies in a moderation, in a form that supports you, but doesn't go the other direction, because every energy is good or bad, you want to call it. It can harm or heal, and it can expand in ways that is too much, and it's overwhelming you, and you're too organized and you're too stressed about the clutter. Or it can have you feel like, oh, you know what, today I'm going to spend 20 minutes decluttering my house, decluttering my mind, and then I'm going to move on. And you can use this energy in the perfect little amounts. All right, now we have Mercury. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. That means this is your communication friend. And when Mercury is in retrograde, like we just came through, it means that it's talking more at an internal level. It's saying, let's look back, let's review, let's renew, let's rewire, let's, organize, anything but it's sort of that idea of being more in and having an internal conversation, information coming through you from the divine, from your higher self, from an inner way. When Mercury is like going forward, which it has been now for long enough that we really have some momentum, that means that it's like your communicator is out there in front of you, your guide. Okay, let's go. Here we have this, and then sending back information from ahead of you on the trail. That's kind of how I feel it. So it's leading us into powerful communication and new levels of the infinite field. Everything you're doing in the next few weeks, I want you to think about, how is this serving me and helping me be prepared for my big trip? My big trip being the eclipse. Okay. The eclipse is a Pisces lunar eclipse, and it will be calling in big endings. So that's another energy we have going on with the new moon. Endings, completions. Okay. You don't have to worry about what they are. Just be willing to surrender the past. And the best way to think about that is, what don't I need anymore? Maybe it's a bunch of clutter in your house. Maybe it's a habit. Maybe it's a way of eating that, is too much sugar, and then it makes you sick, and it makes you addicted. Maybe it's the way that you think about yourself. Maybe it's the way that you communicate with people. Maybe it's a relationship that is toxic, and you just like, no, I'm done. I'm not going to do it, even though they might not like it. So in every aspect, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, you're looking at, what can I surrender that doesn't serve me? Is this lifting me up? Is this empowering me? Do I need this? There's a lot of communication coming at you right now. Mercury is going to be like, wow, wow, wow. All the different planets are having an aspect to Mercury. That means it's out there ahead going, oh, here's a message from Jupiter, and here's a message from Venus, and here's a message from, okay. So you could look at that as, wow, abundance, but you could also be overwhelmed. And if you're trying to like, oh, I want to keep that information and keep that information, you're in lack. So I want you to think more of it as like, it's coming to me, around me, and through me, and I surrender to the divine. I give myself the connection to the infinite intelligence that knows what to keep and what to let go, what's optimal for me right now, that I can find this again. I don't need to hoard it. I don't need to hang on to it. I don't need to stress about getting it or doing it or applying it. Okay. So the responsibility of Virgo, as well as Saturn, which we'll talk about in a minute, is going to be making you think you want to organize it and file it and that. And yet there's this letting go energy. So you can see there's a strange, interesting energy right now. And underneath it all, we're planting a new, fresh seed. So how do you do that within this? Well, to create that beautiful, new, fresh seed, you have an opportunity to say, okay, I'm going to be organized without being obsessive. Right? I'm going to be aware without feeling limited. All right. And using these energies. Pisces is soft and intuitive. It doesn't have any boundaries. And so we're going to go through this eclipse and we're going to just dissolve. right? It's going to be super intuitive and feminine and all this kind of stuff. And you're going to move to a new reality and you're going to come out of it. And maybe, like I said, you're feeling it now. Maybe you'll feel it before, during, after, 2 months after. You never know when and how these energies show up for you. So don't sit there and go, well, I don't see it now. Well, I don't see it now. I'm not going to take action or make a decision. You have to be flowing and deciding and expressing and being yourself every day like this while the energies are happening around you. Understand which energies are happening that may be helping you or may be triggering you, right? So we have all of this at Virgo 11 degrees. If you have 11 degrees in your chart, it will be hitting you more than other people. So we talked about that. Now, Saturn is the master teacher, sometimes called, the karma planet, and it's watching us. Well, there's a big bird, watching us to be sure that we're prepared. The master teacher is a bit often like a taskmaster, like, no, do it again. No, you didn't do it right. No, you can't go forward. No, you didn't complete this lesson. No, you forgot to finish your homework. And instead of being frustrated by that, because we just want to go along and not pay attention, you can really appreciate Saturn as somebody who wants the best for you, wants you to be prepared. And that's a good time to let Saturn help you be prepared, right? So these are some of the energies: self-care, responsibilities, time to take care of yourself daily. There's another interesting energy going on. Venus, which is the planet of the sacred feminine and the goddess, but it's a planet of wishes. And sometimes those wishes could be like, I just need to treat myself, and you could go into overindulgence. So you want to watch out for that possibility happening right now. You want to take care of yourself. You want your wishes to be coming in. You want to be generous and kind and loving to yourself without being like, oh, but I haven't had any love, so I need to overindulge in this. Okay. This is where you're taking your strength back so you don't have to have these extremes anymore. Now, the South Node is about the past. The North Node is about the future. It's your destiny. It's where you're moving. The South Node is about where you've been. So interesting, because Libra is about what? Balance. It's also an air energy. It's a mental energy. So Venus is your wishes in your mind in the past. Okay, that's how you want to understand that energy. So your past wishes are up for you to see if you can let go, because maybe you don't want those things. Maybe you're holding on to something like, I need this, I want this, when am I going to have this? And then you wake up and realize, you know what, I don't really need that, or I don't want that, or there's something different about who I am now. So I'm going to let go of that wish, and I'm going to look forward. I'm going to turn towards the North Node. I'm going to move towards my destiny. Okay. Your desires are changing, and it's a great time to reassess what you think you want. Now let's look at Pluto. Pluto is the god of the underworld. Pluto is the idea of cycles of death and rebirth. It's about going into the shadow. It's about letting things die that don't serve you anymore, not holding on to, oh, whatever has happened in the past, and I need to feel bad or guilty, and I can't move forward and have an abundant life because these people in my life won't like it and they're acting pathetic and I have to stay here and live with them forever. Like, no. Okay, so Pluto is in Capricorn starting today until November 19th. So you have a good few months here to let this, but this is where we're seeing that last critical degree, 29. When you have a beginning, a 0 or a 29 in astrology, it is called a critical degree. It is either a beginning or an ending. And what's interesting about the planets is they may go like up to 29 and then back. They may not tip over into 0, and they may go back and forth. But this is a completion again and a letting go again, but it may feel very critical. So you may have that sense of urgency of something needs to die, something needs to go, something needs to be born, but I don't know what it is. I'm in the shadow, I'm in the dark. You are. You're in two aspects of the dark. You're in Pluto and the new moon. Okay. So look at things you want to complete. This is very earthy stuff, right? Virgo is earthy. Clutter, we talked about physicality, and Capricorn is earthy as well. And so Capricorn is very much building and climbing any mountain and being productive and producing something. So accept what's dead in your life, saying, you know what, just surrender that to your higher self. Whatever is just no longer serving me, I'm going to give permission, because I don't know what it is, to let it go, to complete it, to let this critical degree and all these energies take it. Okay. And then let know that it's going to unfold for a while. So the other things you want to think about is establishing new habits. I told you about this and that dual letting go energy. Okay, so good. Now we're going to bop and fop and have fun into our new moon ritual. So let's go ahead and think about that. We're going to think about wishes planted. Okay. So, what is a ritual? A ritual is an intention. A ritual is a sacred space, and it can happen in a beautiful forest or a temple or someplace with a lot of gorgeous decorations and candles and incense, or it can happen within you. Okay. So, there's all levels of having an altar, having a ritual, and I love them all. And this one, I want you to just be in the dark. Okay. Because we have all these incredible energies of being in the dark, don't we? So, everything's in motion, but forward motion. Okay. Hi, Lucille. Hi, Deb. Oh, good. More people coming. My ascendant is in Virgo at 11 degrees. Wow. Oh, my goodness, girlfriend. You're coming to the retreat. Ooh, 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 ooh. What if you dove into that idea, like literally dove into that idea with every fiber of your being, and you just were willing to ask, see, look up, receive? It would just be amazing. I can tell you that when you do these kinds of things, your life will never be the same again. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this energy that we've just looked at. We've got Virgo, we've got Saturn, we've got Capricorn, we've got Venus on our south node, we've got Pluto, right? And Mercury. Okay, talking to everybody. So, all right, so let's go ahead, take a deep breath in. And always, always, as you take that deep breath in, I recommend you take it up your nose and let it go over your forehead and bathe your brain. And you watch it. You use your intuitive senses. When you need to, you let it go. And our intention is that it's like bringing in all this breath, and then we let it go, and it washes through the brain and down through the body, the chakras, and all the aspects of the body, cleansing, clearing, and releasing. Take another deep breath in. Again, watch the energy. Do you sense color, movement? Is it like liquid? Is it like mist? Is it like nothing? And cleanse, clear, release. So the breath is a perfect place to put your intention. One more in breath. Now I want you to let this expand. It goes up, but it goes down the throat and it goes through the heart, and just hold it as long as you can as it moves out, expanding the heart, expanding the heart, expanding the heart. And then let it go out from you in every direction, 360 degrees, pulsing, moving through cells, chakras, bone, blood, moving through aura, mind, emotions, slowly, gently, clearing and cleansing. So we acknowledge this sacred space and this beautiful new moon temple of light and love. We give thanks to all of these elements, all of these cosmic brothers and sisters, all of these incredible beings who move in unison with us as we move through this incredible created space, and this space of infinite space and our planet and our stars and the Milky Way and beyond and the multiple verses. And this is a place that I now live and move and have my being. I breathe here, and I bring myself deeply, deeply, deeply into my body, into the moment, into my space, into my place. Peacefully, peacefully see if there's anything resisting you sitting and being in your body, relaxing deeper and deeper. You feel again all those breaths expanding, washing, clearing, lightening that continue to do their work. And now begin to see and sense, ask yourself, I know I'm in the dark, I'm in the new moon, but that does not mean I'm alone. This is the womb of the Divine Mother. This is the great place of creations. And I now cleanse and clear myself and enter with a fresh mind, ready to begin again. I know that I keep all the gifts that I am, all the powers that I have, all the wisdom that I have gained. that I walk out of, I release, I let wash off of me and out of me all the fears, all the worries, all the limitations, all the negativity. I'm ready to come into this new moon and plant a seed of great clarity, beauty, potential, freshness, newness. I enter and ask to reconnect to the beginner's mind. As I relax deeper and deeper into this sacred space, you begin to sense and feel it. How does it feel to you? All around you and within you, there's infinite amounts of love and energy, possibility, teachers, guides. First, we acknowledge this beautiful new moon and the sun that are in each other's arms, that are lovingly in an embrace of the lovers, ready to receive our seed so that it will be created. We acknowledge ourself and our divine and our feminine, our masculine, our above and below, our physical and our spiritual aspects. We know that they're here. Thank you. I'm so honored to be in a body. I'm so honored to be a soul. I'm so honored to be a part of creating this reality. I'm so honored. And I let go of all my fear and all my judgment of others and of the past, of myself and my family, of governments and what's happening on the planet. I leave it all behind. Gaia asks you to just drop it now, as if you're dropping buckets and buckets of toxic energy, and it pours into the dirt and it pours into her, and she drinks it up with relish and says, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our beautiful earth star seed that we are made of, that our body is made of, loves to drink these toxic emotions and thoughts, to take the abuse and the fears and the limits and all the vows that you made to be poor and hide and not speak up and not have and not express and not be happy, and just let them all go. She absolutely loves to drink them in and eat them. And she composts them. And she takes them in. And now there's Pluto and Saturn and Capricorn. And there's Venus and Mercury and Virgo. And there's even Pisces lurking about here as we are orienting ourselves on a path now towards the full moon coming, the eclipse. And the full lunar Pisces eclipse is going to be an incredible experience for me. I'm choosing and deciding that right now. I refuse to carry fear of it. I enter with the anticipation of a child waiting for a birthday, waiting for a holiday, waiting for the gifts and the presents and all the wonder, waiting for that trip, waiting for that experience, waiting for that fair, waiting for whatever is the most joyful, delicious, and delightful opportunity that is on the horizon. And it is inevitable. It is there. I can sense it and I can feel it. I already know that it is working with me. Thank you. Working with my intuition, dissolving that which I no longer need. So now draw in these divine energies and say, I'm ready and willing to dissolve my boundaries that no longer serve me. The boundaries that have kept me from my joy, possibility, power, friends, money, success, peace. I dissolve the boundaries that keep me limited, hiding, hidden. And I know that Saturn and Virgo and Capricorn are going to begin to build me new structures. I'm ready and willing to surrender to my higher self, to those parts of me that know exactly the structure, exactly the rules, exactly the way that will support me walking on this path. And right now I wish to be clear, cleansed, open, pure. I open my mind to freshness, newness, innocence, but not innocence that's unwise, wise, rich innocence, the innocence that says, doesn't matter what's happened or what I see and believe is, all possibilities are already here for me, and I get to choose. Now, receive a message from these very structured beings. Let Mercury bring in information from Venus and Mercury and Saturn. Let it bring it in from all the planets, from Neptune and Pluto and beyond. All of these beautiful energies that walk with us, co-creating. There's a council here. Instead of overwhelming you, you sit at the head of the table and they gather around you. And you say, I am ready and willing for this council to bring me wise advice. What do I need to let go of and complete? Because I know that that is important right now, and the energies are optimal for this. And what is it that would be optimal for me to do in my physical reality? And in my mind? And in my feelings and emotions? And just allow the guidance to come to you. Know that it's coming to you. Download it, receive it. If you see it and know it or not, it doesn't matter. Receive it. You don't know when an email comes in. You could be doing a million other things, but that email still came in and you have absolute faith that it did. So these informations, this guidance has come into you and it's gone just to the perfect place within you that knows what to do with it. Known and unknown. I do not need to overwhelm my conscious mind with all of this information. I trust. And now I call on Venus, the beautiful goddess of love, the goddess of wishes. And I ask for Saturn to come with me to balance so that I do not overindulge, I do not overdo it, that I am in perfect balance as I accept that these wishes I have carried maybe aren't the best. And I let go of the wishes that I've been carrying that don't serve me, even if I understand what they are or not, because I want to plant a seed now that is pure and fresh. And now, as you feel and sense Mercury bringing in any of the information from any of these wise counsel that you have these advisors, they're walking with you. And they're communicating together and they're saying, okay, now let's release this. Let's bring this back. Let's open this up. You just surrender to it. You can witness it or you can simply receive, enjoy. It's like going to have a manicure. You're not doing anything. You're just receiving. Just receive. And now you give respect to the fact that Venus is sitting on your south node and that all these completion energies that are at a critical place, that you know and you accept that it is a critical moment in your life, that you could be free of things that you carry, heaviness in any form, and that those limits no longer serve you and that you are ready to be complete with them. You do not need to bring old wishes, old reasons, old hurts, old pains, old vows with you, that I just let them go. With ease and grace, I allow the infinite intelligence to move through me that knows exactly what to let go of. And now this wise counsel says, the past also has wisdom. So we're going to gather up the power and the wisdom that you have gained through everything, regardless of whether you see the value in it or not. And we're going to create a little treasure chest of power, wisdom, knowing, and tools for you. And now they put that in your hand, and you can feel it in your right hand. It is there. And you are ready. You step out of this council, and you see and sense the infinite field out in front of you. You feel light and fresh, and there's a gold and silver shower of light that comes down over you. It is like the most incredible, divine, loving energies that pour over you, through you, around you. And like taking a shower, they wash away all that no longer serves you, all the dirt, all the things that block and that are heavy, that aren't healthy, within and without, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, in every level, in every life, in every time, in every place. Just receive that shower. And as that shower completes, you're holding your toolbox, you feel your wise counsel behind you, and you now realize that in front of you is floating an incredible, beautiful, enormous silver seed. It is the fresh seed that all your wise counsel and your higher self and the blueprint and every part of you that is now free from the past and the pain and the limits has produced. And you don't even know or need to know what it is. You move forward until it moves into your heart. You feel it coming into you, and you surrender into the darkness. You are enveloped in the divine womb. You feel as if you are falling into the most beautiful, soft bed. Oh my gosh, you're sinking deeper and deeper into it. You're being held in the most divine love, and everything you could possibly need to nurture you, hold you, protect you in this darkness, in this moment of planting this divine seed, fresh, new, full of all the possibilities. I don't know. I don't need to know. It is perfect. It is divine, and it is done. And so it is. Now surrender everything into that beautiful, surrendering, receptive space. Feel the love holding you. And feel free to stay here as long as you would like, till you really feel like you are that seed. And when you get up to move into your day, feel that delight as if you've just cleaned, your entire house, and there's that sense of lightness and accomplishment. You've achieved something beyond time and space. You've achieved something you could never have done with your own head, your own mind, your own time, your own stress, and a million years. You feel so good about it. You feel so fresh, and you take this freshness into your day. Come back and repeat this as often as you'd like. This new moon energy will be with you for the next few weeks and the next few days, very powerfully. All these energies that we've asked and called forward, we give great thanks. I love co-creating with the universe. I love acknowledging and respecting all of these other conscious beings, these light beings, these ascended masters, these experts in their own field. I'm honored that they come to work with me, and I love realizing that they do, and recognizing them and honoring them. And I draw in now a different shower of light, a shower of gratitude. What does that look like to you? What color is it? How does it feel? Where is it coming from? Is it all around you? Is it coming through you like a spiral? Is it coming up and down? And two showers. Allow gratitude to completely immerse yourself in it, infuse you, saturate you. Surrender to it, drink it in, overflow, send it out into your life, into your body, into your space. Infuse the seeds with it, infuse the divine with it, infuse this moment with it, infuse the entire planet with it. We give great thanks for this gathering, this community, for this beautiful moment in time and space when we can create something so profoundly new with this support that the delight and the miracles are heavy in the air, and I can feel it, I can touch it, I can taste it, and I'm so expectant without craving. I simply open and accept, and I walk through my day knowing that as long as I'm feeling it, I'm thinking it, I am seeing it, I am remembering it, not from wanting it, but from being it, that it is already done. And so it is. May this circle be open, never broken, and the pathways of light remain for me always. And may this be a gift to all who are ready, that we all create with a fresh mind, with a pure heart, and with an abundant and loving mind. Thank you. And so it is. Thank you so much. The goddess is rising within us all. I love it. Yes. Well, thank you, everyone. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. I will see you soon. I hope to see you in the Wishes Fulfilled or in the Avalon Retreat. Or we also have coming up the the intuition certification, which is for regular people as well, and all of the other magic that we have going on. Let's see this one here. And I'm off to share some more beauty with another community now. So thank you for being a part of my life, being a part of this reality. And thank you for being somebody who is interested in walking in peace and wishes fulfilled, walking in love and loving yourself just where you are, so you can begin to take those steps into this abundant world. We are all on a path. It goes up and down. You've never done anything wrong, and now you can enjoy much more. Make sure that you love those seeds up. You remember them. You pour some gratitude and love on them. And don't force them. Don't watch them. Don't hover over them. Let them emerge. Let the how be in the divine, infinite intelligence and be you in full love and full color. Namaste.